morning, guys. Welcome to GA. Today we are going to talk about very debatable, controversial subject known as brain drain. Brain drain means educated mind, trained mind, minds of intelligentsia going into drain, meaning nation like India has been losing all the prune and groom, all the scholarly, all the educated, all the intelligentsia to America, to Europe, to Western nations. That is known as brain drain. The issue of brain drain was very minutely, elaborately discussed by Indira Gandhi in 1970s or 75, 76, in those period of time. At that time, lots of Indians were living for the West, living mainly for England, Canada, Third America. Indira Gandhi did not want to continue that kind of scenario, continue that kind of episodes in India because Indira Gandhi was very concerned about the Indian progress, prosperity, Indian management, Scientology, every single thing. Indira Gandhi was making this kind of argument that if all the skilled, educated, intelligent people from India are going to dash away from India and dash into the Western country, then who is going to take care of India? Who is going to manage Indian industries and business? Who is going to manage Indian Israel and other scientific ventures? Who is going to take care of Indian education, all academia? Who is going to take care of Indian political system? She made the argument that it takes India 10 lakh rupees to create one PG, postgraduate. If a person, an Indian, winding up after MBA, decide to leave India, getting out of India and go somewhere on the West, India is simply losing 10 lakh rupees per person. And all the future benefits that India should have gotten it. All the benefits are down the drain, all the benefits are derived, all the gains are gained by the foreign nations. Indira Gandhi's argument was very telling, very efficacious, very impacting, and as such, Indira Gandhi government tried to tighten the screw on emigration. Emigration means those Indian graduates and postgraduates who are willing to or opting for Western shores, they were discouraged by coaxing, cajoling, and coercing. Indira Gandhi declined brain drain as much as she could. And these are the four very vital points, very essential factors in brain drain. First one is intelligentsia class of India opt for abroad. Second point is nation loses alpha genre and its talent and ingenuity. Third is overseas nations gain the gains of this alpha class. Fourth one is India becomes lackluster, lack of such pruned and groomed minds. This is what we are going to elaborate. What it means, what is the connotation of brain drain. So we are going to elaborate the connotation of brain drain. First is intelligentsia class of India opts for abroad. Intelligentsia class, graduates and postgraduates and all the professionals and all the doctors and all the engineers and all the software engineers and all the alpha people, all the scientists, they all opt for abroad, going either America or England or Canada for their future. And because of that, what actually happens is that India has, because of that, as a consequence of this, India has lost, groomed and groomed alpha people, alpha class, alpha generation like Dr. Amartya Sen, Dr. Jagdish Bhagwati, Dr. Desai, Meghanand Desai, Dr. Prahlad. This kind of best mind, the best mind, not one of the best, the best minds have lost India, and India have lost them. They left India for the greener pasture. They left India for better society. They left India for better returns, better satisfaction, better complacency, to be not only meritocratic but also aristocratic. Nothing wrong with that. They did the legal thing. In India, freedom of choice. That was their choice to go to America, England, Canada, wherever they wanted to go. But what they did as a consequence was left the motherland in very deep ditch. They left the motherland without such prodigious minds. The great personality, highly intelligentsia of the nation, left the motherland, leaving the motherland, bleeding of their ingenuity, bleeding of their prodigious mind, bleeding of their alpha generation, alpha know-how, alpha thinking, alpha insight, alpha experience, and 5 kinds of alpha knowledge. Declarative knowledge was gone. Procedural knowledge was missed. Heuristic knowledge was forfeited. Meta knowledge was deficient. Empirical knowledge was also gone out of India's hand. So whenever one intelligentsia is lost by the nation, it is gone forever, and all the benefits, prodigious benefits that that person would have created otherwise, all gone. Nation bleeds, nation suffers, nation laments, and nation remorse. That is called brain drain. Second point is equally important. Nation loses alpha genre and its talent and ingenuity. When the talented people, when highly educated people, prodigious mind, high IQ, high profile understanding, these kind of people leave the nation, leave the national shore and go offshore, leave the national boundaries and penetrate into the boundaries of the foreign nation. At that time, nation suffers from their knowledge, from their intelligence, from their intelligentsia, from every single thing, their pruning, their grooming, their insight, their gut wisdom, every single thing is gone. Every single thing. These people can make the Herculean change in the life, tremendous benefits for the nation. For example, think for a moment, Gandhiji would not have returned from England. Who would have helped us to get the liberation? Pandit Nehru would not have returned from England. Vallabhbhai Patel would not have returned from England. Ambedkar would not have returned from this kind of great personality. Indeed, absolutely great personality, prodigious personality would not have returned to India from abroad, then we would not have liberation yet. And hitherto we would have been under the subjugation of those Anglos. So when these kind of people leave the nation in a very miserable scenario. And when they return from the nation, from abroad to the nation, they create absolutely mosaic scenario. So when they leave, they create prosaic scenario. When they return, they create mosaic scenario. So when they leave, we call it brain drain. But when they return from their abroad domiciles, then we call it brain gain. So on one hand it is brain drain, second hand it is brain gain. Third point is overseas nation gain the gains of this alpha mind, alpha class. This alpha class of Amrita Sen and C.K. Prahlad and Meghanand Desai and Hami Jahangir Bhabha Jr. These kind of people, when they leave from the nation has to suffer a lot, suffer severely. But when they go, wherever they go, to the foreign nation, abroad, then those nations actually welcome them with open arms, with red carpet. Because those prodigious mind, those alpha class is created by India. But these guys are going to, Western countries are going to milk them. So benefits will be derived by the foreign nations and all the expenses were incurred by India. So that means India actually prepares them, India actually creates them, India actually prunes them and grooms them, make them alpha and beta minds. But Western countries take the advantage of them, derive the benefit and all kinds of advantages from them. We water them. India waters them, Western countries milk them. That is not right, that is called brain drain. Fourth point is, India becomes lackluster. India becomes lackluster, lack of such pruned and groomed minds. Let's say pruned and groomed minds leave the Indian shores and take the shelter somewhere in abroad, in foreign nations, in foreign society, in alien society. Then our nation becomes lackluster. If Amrita Sen would have been here, India would have been different. If Jagdish Bhagwati would have been here, India would have been different. If C.K. Prahlad would have been here, India would have been different. If Hami Jahangir Bhabha would have been here, India would have been different. I'm talking about Hami Jahangir Bhabha Jr. Senior Bhabha were here during the Indira Gandhi's time, and he was the one who launched India's nuclear project. So there are number of thousands of tens of thousands of prodigious Indians, high profile, alpha Indians. They're settled somewhere abroad in the greener pasture. They are all meritocratic and aristocratic, but not in India, in greener pasture, in the foreign nations like Canada, America, Europe, Australia, and all those places. If they all return to India back, India will gain at least 5% in GDP. Indian education problems will be all wiped out. India will be totally alpha society. India would have been always beta society. By this alpha and the beta classes come back over here and provide their boost to India, provide the benefit of their ingenuity, their know-how, their 5 kinds of knowledge. They have 5 kinds of knowledge. They have alpha knowledge, they have beta knowledge, all kinds of knowledge, plus they have declarative knowledge, procedural knowledge, heuristic knowledge, meta-knowledge, and empirical knowledge. Empirical knowledge, all kinds of 5 kinds of knowledge, 5 kinds. And the knowledge builds the nation. Knowledge builds the society. Knowledge builds the humanity. Knowledge builds every single thing. And not only knowledge makes everything, but knowledge prevents the society from all kinds of Mars. Knowledge prevents the nation from all kinds of Mars. Knowledge prevents the people, the humanity from all kinds of Mars. Knowledge prevents the economy from all kinds of Mars. And knowledge prevents students from all kinds of ignorantia Mars. So if you want to make something, you need knowledge. And if you don't have knowledge, then you are going to mar everything. So this is for. It is in a small analogy, in nutshell, I have written down over here, India grows mango trees. India prepares you and me. India grows us all. India prunes and grooms us. That is, India grows mango trees. But mangoes are all devoured by the West. Mangoes are all devoured. Khawai jai che by the West, which does not water the mango trees, but only milks the mango trees. So mango trees are planted by us. Mango trees are watered by us. But when mango trees become mature and start yielding the mangoes, then these mango trees are taken away from our hand to the West, and all the mangoes are devoured by, lavished by Western countries. That is brain drain. So one doctor becomes a doctor in India. Indian government spends around 20 lakh rupees on a doctor. This doctor what does do? This doctor does not think about serving the indigenous society, motherland. But this doctor thinks about serving his own family by making huge amount of moolah, becoming aristocratic and meritocratic in the Western country, serving the Western country, making the Western country able, capable, and viable, leaving the motherland lackluster, leaving Mother India lackluster, leaving Mother India in a ditch. So that is brain drain. Thank you very much for watching and listening. See you again tomorrow. Thank you very much. God bless you.